Super Bowl nonsense and then trying to peer pressure me into
Did Fallout say
streaming?
Because like,
Deal with it.
Oh my god.
God, Nick, what? How many props do you have prepared?
There's no lack. He's the carrot top of the Destiny directory. He's just got a prop for everything.
I'm excited.
It's
a lot of things
beautiful.
have come up over the years.
We're live, by the way. I just want everyone to know.
Good, because that was perfect timing. He was it started off with the sunglasses. He was ready. He was prepared. And on that note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 152 of the Planet Destiny podcast. This is a pretty big week. I know you guys are all here because you're super excited about Destiny and not about the Super Bowl that just concluded. Patriots caught that L. But we're not going to talk about that today because that's not what this show is about, right? Right, Fallout?
Right?
That's not what we cover here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
We don't cover play percentages and, missed big moments in the final 2 minutes of the game. Hold it, Brady. You can't pay that ref enough. You couldn't pay that ref enough to give you that game. You tried, though. He took that money. But welcome, guys. Yeah, Super Bowl's over. It's time for the PD podcast, and we've got ourselves a very special guest this week in Mr. the Immaculate, the brick-shaped BrickNic. What's up, dude?
Not too much. I'm excited to be here with all of these amazing people.
Excited to have you here, man. It's great to it's great to have you on board this week. We kind of floated your name a few weeks ago, like, hey, we'd like to have this guy on, and he does some really cool things, and he builds some really cool things, and he streams some really cool things, and he has a cool YouTube channel that everybody should kind of be checking out, like right this very second. But if we were to do an expose, if someone were to follow or maybe subscribe at BrickNic on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all of the beautiful places, you should probably do that. That's so freaking cool. You literally have a prop for everything, and I don't know if I can handle it. Almost.
We'll see.
We'll figure out what you don't. Do you have a Knuckles, a Ugandan Knuckles prop yet?
No.
Jesus Christ.
No, I think I'd avoid that one. Didn't
That has to have been requested so many
to
times.
stay there.
No, you will show me the way. Show me.
Just no, TBL.
Nick, tell everybody about who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. So as you guys know, my name is BrickNic. I'm a creative Lego builder here on Twitch. I just love taking Lego and building it into kind of my own things. Very rarely do I use instructions. I'm all about the free building. I do often work, based off of different things, whether it's, stuff from video games, movies, pop culture, whatever, you name it, I'm probably building it. Destiny's been something I've always really, really been into, or at least from day one. I was not a beta player, funnily enough, but day one.
Get him out of here.
Show's
over.
How dare he? Am I leaving today?
You're really. I'm judging you so hard as someone who didn't join until right before the Taken King. I mean, ugh.
Why do we have you on this show?
That's me.
How did he get hired?
What are you doing here?
What?
All right, forget about that. Keep going.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got into Destiny because of some of my friends that I was in university with. It came out just after we graduated, so I think it was like a good time in that a lot of us were still finding jobs and stuff, so we all needed things to do while we were, in our downtime. And all my friends were like, we're getting Destiny. And I was like, you know what? I don't know anything about this game. All my friends are going to be playing it. I want to play with them. So I just went on a whim and I picked it up, and it was all downhill from there. I think I have almost 3,000 hours in Destiny 1, something like that. And I've had 2 different accounts, and they're all, maxed out in D1 anyways. And it was a wonderful game. And then I discovered the Twitch community from there, which is actually what led me to streaming, because I discovered Twitch. Creative had been a thing earlier that year, and I was like, oh my god, it'd be so cool to stream Lego on Twitch. I'm like, there's got to be people doing it. I go in there, and I'm like, I can't find a soul streaming Lego. So I was like, I'm going to give this a go. And it's been a lot of fun ever since I started doing that. So, yeah.
And
he's got the market cornered.
I was going to say, in that way, you've kind of created a brand new market on Twitch for just that creative category, just creating these sorts of things. You're literally the kid on all the, I'm going to show my age here, only Fallout's going to understand it. You're literally the kid from those old school Lego commercials where it was like, build anything. Don't follow the instructions on the box. This is kid building a gigantic castle in outer space. That's you in Destiny on Twitch.
Yeah, that's a good summary, actually. Yeah, kind of works. I don't know if I'm as cool as that kid in the 80s commercials, but,
Nah,
I didn't say 80s.
I tried.
Why would you assume 80s?
I was not. In
It was
the
it was the
80s, I don't remember.
50s.
It was the
It was the
50s,
50s
yeah.
if TBL and Fallout could see
My
it.
walking
Yeah.
cane's over there.
The Lego brick was actually patented in 1958, so that would technically be impossible.
Booyah. I'm
Late
going to
50s.
drop a link in the Twitch chat right now. You've probably, I think, Nick, wasn't some of your work on the Destiny of the Game subreddit at one point?
Oh yeah,
It was
yeah,
it was the
up there
Fallen
a couple
Walker,
times.
right? I think that's the
That was
I
one. That was my
first saw.
biggest. That was my biggest post.
And I
on,
opened it up. I was like,
Destiny
"Yo,
subreddit.
look at this! It's like the Fallen Walker and all this Lego stuff." I was like, "That's just so cool." And he builds bigger stuff too. I mean, like, you were one of the people who I met at Guardian Con, who I was like really impressed by, because like I still have it somewhere. I should have dug it up for the podcast, but do you have any?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about. This guy knows.
Yeah.
Of course he has these things
So he had
handy.
his
Everything.
business card was literally like Legos, and like it was like he detached the bottom part. Yeah, dude.
That's so cool.
Oh my
But there was a
God.
part on top of it. There was a part on top of it, and he broke it off.
Oh, I had my badge. You know,
yeah,
what?
it
That
was
I
the
don't have
badge, and like
handy.
he broke off the bottom part
I
and
would just go-
gave it to
and I was
me,
like,
and then
"Here."
he just put a new one on. So the next person who would ask him like, "Hey, do you have a card?" He would keep breaking it off and giving it to people, and
That's clever.
and he
That's really
he
cool.
brought the sword from D1,
The Young Wolf's
the
Howl.
Young Wolf's Howl, and he let me hold it. Which, first of all, that was a fucking mistake. I could have dropped that in a goddamn second because I'm clumsy.
I did have two different
mother
incidents
effer.
with Lego builds.
Did
that
you?
weekend,
Oh
but
man,
yeah,
I have a
it was
great
good.
picture somewhere. I think it's on my work computer of me holding the Young Wolf's Howl.
I
It was
remember it. It was a
huge. It was
beautiful
this
picture.
huge sword that he built. It was just beautiful. So he's a really unique person in the community, and we're glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
for
He
that.
definitely is.
You're too
I
kind.
gotta say, I wound up in Nick's stream randomly because he hosted Husky Raid like one time, and I was like, "Who the hell is this guy? Why?" And so I went to his stream. Yeah, but I went in, and it was like the most perfectly soothing. Like it's kind of like watching like a Bob Ross, like what's behind him, like a PBS show. It's like it's that same vibe of like I'm learning something, or I'm watching somebody create something that I can't really do, but while I watch him, I believe I could do it, which is nice. It's a nice feeling.
We
and
call
it's
that
just like,
inspiration, Mega.
I don't
Yeah.
know. That
Yeah,
sounds like
yeah,
false
he's-
inspiration because he doesn't
Yeah.
actually think he can do it.
no,
I
you know,
believe in
it's
you,
not.
man.
I don't have the time for this, but I'll happily like veg out and watch Nick build things, and it's just I don't know. It's pretty crazy satisfying to watch nothing piles become beautiful things before my eyes, and you know, it's every one of Nick's builds is as satisfying to me as my own baby. You know, being gestated, and can't wait. There it is.
It's actually the next Lego project. It's a Lego rendition of Mega's baby,
Mini
gestating.
Magwitch, yeah.
Mini Magwitch.
Yeah.
Building
Oh
up.
boy.
And I mean, that certainly takes a degree of creativity that's really amazing to me. I always thought people who could build stuff in like Minecraft or like with Legos or Mega Blocks out of nothing were some of the most amazing people out there because they could look kind of like Bob Ross at a blank canvas, see something they want to create, and then without any sort of tutorial or guide to move forward, just start making it. Like I was watching your Young Wolf's Howl video, and I'm sitting there thinking, the most I ever built with like Legos was maybe a house, and it was a bad house. It was a
I
triangle-shaped
bet it was
house,
a bad house.
avant-garde
shitty
home. And here you are building stuff like the Fallen Walker, which was just absolutely amazing, and Young Wolf's Howl, which is this awesome-looking sword. I still don't understand how you were able to make Legos look like fur on the hilt of that thing.
That was not Lego.
Okay, excellent.
It was
that's,
the only part of that entire build
Get
that
him
was
outta here.
not Lego. I do
You
want
get
to
him outta here.
I'm sitting there like, how did he do this?
Get him
Slow
out.
What
down,
is this?
Slow down. Slow down. There is an existing Lego piece that is fur. It's from like some really old like Duplo set, but it was so unreasonably expensive, and like I would have had to buy so many of them that it just didn't make sense. But I still have to have the fur. So
Authenticity.
I try whenever possible. Like for the most part, I try and be what we would call a purist. But that's not necessarily always possible or feasible, especially when you're trying to do a replica of something. And it's like, imagine how much less that build would have been without the fur. Like it just wouldn't have been the same. So sometimes you gotta, you know.
I'll allow it based only on the fact that you managed to spell out Suros with Legos for the slug shotgun.
Yeah.
So
That's
th-
actually
that,
hiding
that
back there, but I'm not gonna try.
Yeah.
To grab it.
That was impressive to me that you somehow managed to spell that out.
I mean,
with the
I
bricks.
may have cheated there a little bit as well, in that the pieces are not actually attached, but you can use the Lego stickers to hold them in place. So that counts to me.
That works.
I always look for little loopholes.
I mean,
What it is, it's making stuff work for you.
It is.
Yeah.
Your process is so.
What's the
And you-
biggest thing you've ever built with Legos?
Probably the Lego Batman movie logo. I would say the font, like the divide build overall, is quite large, but like as an individual large size build, the sword is definitely the longest I've ever done. But I think the Lego Batman movie logo. If you want, I could probably rotate the camera. It's like right here.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Give the people a look.
Nah, don't do it. What a waste of time.
I can see the slug
Not
shotgun
even
now.
interested.
Look at how
really.
organized. He has like the Tupperware filled with Legos.
Of
in the
course.
Like-
Well, you can't. I mean, imagine.
Oh, wow.
That's big.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's very big. What is
Wow,
that? What's
yeah.
the name of the candlestick from Beauty and the Beast? He's just hanging out over
Yeah,
there.
Lumiere and shit. I got there as well.
Lumiere.
I do apologize for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
clip that still holds cables on my camera.
We're gonna be your guest
But yeah,
tonight.
this is actually about half the size of the actual movie logo, because the Lego movie logo and the Lego Batman movie logo were both actual Lego builds. So I've done small scale versions of both of them.
Is that
so
a
this is
Captain America hat? Like
it is. Yes.
Can you actually put that on, or is it not to scale?
Yes, I can.
Can you please put that on?
Oh
right
my
now?
gosh.
Give me a sec. Let me rotate the cameras.
Oh yeah, rotate it back.
Instant 10 out of 10 content right here. He's going to put on a
Really need to see
Lego
you wearing
This
Captain
is-
America mask.
BrickNic.
Dear everybody
Captain
who
America.
only listens to this podcast,
Yeah,
sorry.
you're effing.
Yeah, you're missing out.
I guess you
Yeah,
really
these are
should
the
be watching the
stream.
YouTube version.
I guess it's like part of like, a whole thing, because like you can't just have the helmet without the shield, of course. So,
Oh,
like,
you
gotta have the
didn't.
shield.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Boys!
Oh my
Boys!
god, the
Got this.
shield.
All right, now throw
It's
it.
fully built out of Lego and not glued at all.
What do you mean?
Throw it. Show me. Oh God, please don't let that fall off your arm. Okay,
No,
just-
like don't worry, it's totally good.
Fallout's gonna have a heart attack.
That's so cool.
That's
It's
fine. I know
quality
my
product.
I like to
It's
make
fine,
people
but it
nervous,
actually
to be
bounces
honest,
off
because I
the
know
wall.
its limits.
Oh God, what
This
have I
is
done?
a wearable like cowl. I don't love putting this thing on because it looks a little ridiculous.
Don't
But
mind
I think it looks
guess-
amazing.
I guess for
Yeah,
you
didn't
guys-
talk
What do
Take
you
off your
mean?
head- There you go. Okay. All right, quick, talk smack about him. What a bitch. What a loser.
Looks just like Bob Ross in the background, except without the hair.
So cool.
Yo,
Look at that.
it's Captain
Oh,
America.
dude, you didn't know that we were actually talking to Captain America tonight.
Holy
oh,
schmoly.
my lord.
It's straight up
The
bearded
confusing
Steve
thing
Rogers.
is he's from Canada, so this doesn't really make any sense
Eat
at
your
all.
heart
he-
out, Iron Man.
So what you're saying is he needs a Wolverine mask, Mecca, so he can be
Yes,
Captain Canada.
right.
All right,
There
who was
we
talking
go.
trash the
Yeah.
most? Was
That
it
was
Mega?
me.
Because I saw him
Oh, it
holding
was
his
Fallout.
head.
It was
It
Fallout.
was definitely Fallout. I wasn't
Fallout.
even that bad.
Absolutely.
Are
Yeah.
you
That's the
I
drinking
was
reason.
saying wonderful
out
things
of
about
a
you.
Lego? Look at this guy.
This guy really lives the gimmick.
I
is,
do. I just
is
love
what
it.
I'm hearing.
Why
Oh,
not?
man,
There's
that's so
it's
cool.
Lego makes it easy. Like they make it easy for
Lego
me to
does
just
good
have
stuff.
every gimmick possible.
I told you, he's the kid from the commercial. It was you.
Yeah.
You were that kid just building starships.
Couldn't be. Couldn't be. Take
And we
me
were
away,
saying-
Captain America.
We were saying too how organized everything is, which is so
Yeah.
funny to me because I paint and do art and stuff, and I wouldn't for the life of me show you what's behind me on my desk right now because it's
Good call.
This is like it is
I'm very
organized and
impressed.
like yeah, but there's a lot that's not organized that you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
get to see.
oh yeah, that's fair.
This is probably like the organized stuff is probably less than half of my collection overall.
Got it.
Holy crap.
There's just
It's
literally he sleeps on a pile of unorganized Legos off to the side of the screen.
Wouldn't that
He has
kill
like a
you?
nest.
His
that he
feet.
crosses.
Feet are like
so-
rock hard over the years.
I was gonna say,
Like
Yes.
about stepping on Legos. Nick doesn't,
Yeah,
Stepping
how
on a
many,
Lego
how
is
many
death.
times,
doesn't even feel
like
it.
a week, do you get asked if you've ever stepped on a Lego or how?
I
many
mean,
times you've
it's
stepped
actually a
on Lego?
gimmick on my stream. Like you can
Oh,
use
is
my
it?
in-stream currency to make me do it.
Oh no.
Are you serious?
I've done it. I've done it like
No.
I've done it like 30 or 40 times for sure.
I like to think that Nick went through some sort of master builder initiation where he had to walk across like a coal pit of
it's-
Lego
Legos.
bricks. Like it's the equivalent, yeah.
So you're
Does
telling
nothing to
me
him now.
that if I get enough stream currency in your stream, I can spend it and tell you, you take off your socks and shoes,
Yes, yes.
and you
I will show you that
and
my
you show
socks
it on
have been
camera
removed.
and you step on.
I
a
can't.
Lego.
You can't show feet on Twitch actually, which is something I learned. I used to just show
What?
my feet.
What?
Those sexy,
You
sexy
can't
feet.
show feet on Twitch. It is,
You can't show like
Can't show feet on
like
Twitch.
if I'm standing full camera, I have to censor my
You have
feet.
to
or
be
you
wearing
just can't-
socks
Oh.
at minimum.
Oh God! Somebody sub to the channel before I do it. Oh god, I'm gonna do it.
I don't want to hear
Insta ban.
That should have
It's
Insta
the
ban.
weirdest thing,
Feet,
but yeah, I
okay.
guess it's considered like a fetish or I don't know.
That's
But,
All right.
Okay,
I
sure.
mean,
I mean,
so I used to do it.
What
and I
isn't a
found out
fetish,
It was
though?
against
That's
TOS,
right.
and I was like, better not
What if-
do that anymore.
okay,
People
then.
have a beard fetish. Mega, you're ruining the channel
Yeah.
right now. Come on, dude. Yeah,
Trust
link
me,
is-
I've run into those dudes. All right,
Mega,
there are
where's
people
your
that have beard
dignity?
fetishes.
I'm one.
Cover yourself, sir.
Yeah, wow. I'm gonna go hang out in your stream way more. 'Cause it sounds like a
Seriously.
fun time.
You want to make them step
Sounds
on
like a
Legos.
fun time, dude.
Good one. The good side of masochism there.
That's funny.
I remember stepping on
It's
Legos
not
being
always
deaf.
terrible, but it hurts. It hurts quite a bit.
Yeah.
Especially when like they get stuck on your foot and then you step
Yeah,
on them because that's when you really get like
yeah.
the pride. Oh yeah, really dig in.
Like
But
cold sweat.
So-
on your feet, they're all sticky.
To rein this in a bit about Destiny. So you got Destiny and it really connected with you and you already love Legos and you chose to just start focusing a lot of builds
Yeah,
around it, or
absolutely.
you just did like
No,
one and it was
honestly,
kind of
like-
popular, or what?
yeah, Destiny's like such a beautiful game. I mean, I think we can all agree. Even with Destiny 2 where it is right now, it's still the artwork, the sound design,
Oh, yeah.
the weapon design.
Yeah,
it's
it's
all
pretty
incredible. So it was hard to not be inspired to want to like recreate that in Lego. So I don't remember. I think one of the first Destiny builds I ever did was. I actually did the logo. That was one of the first things I did, and I did some little minifigures. And then my first build, which actually got shared by Bungie, because this was before Bungie had the license with Mega Bloks, which both breaks my heart and makes me happy at the same time. But we'll leave that part aside. But yeah, I did a little like SRL build where I did the SRL logo, and I built these like mini little sparrows, and those were pretty cool. So
Oh, that's bittersweet
Right.
because no SRL in Destiny 2.
I know it was a little bit.
I know Fallout. I know.
Hopefully.
Please?
It's got to be coming
It has to
eventually,
be.
right? Right?
How many times have we said that? It's got to be
Right?
coming,
Gotta be
right?
coming.
Right. It's got to be
My
a
voice
thing.
gets one semitone higher every time I say it, till the point only dogs can hear me saying.
So that's actually a good anchoring point. So, of course, with you have a great history with Destiny 1. That obviously inspired some of your work. What about Destiny 2? Have you been spending... how do you feel overall about the experience of Destiny 2?
I guess mixed feelings. Like there is a lot at core that I think they have fixed, but it also feels like they've taken so many steps back from what we had. It doesn't feel like a sequel in a way. It feels like a sequel from like year 1 in a way,
Yeah.
but not from year 2 and 3 in a lot of ways. I used to stream Destiny 2, but I eventually realized my channel made more sense to just do Lego on there. And I am hopeful that we'll get back to a place where I can want to do the grinding again and want to get addicted again.
Yeah.
Although I'm also oddly enough enjoying not having a game I'm crazy addicted to, because you realize how much time you have
Nice
to
take
do
a
other
breather.
things.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
More time to spend with his Legos. Yeah.
Building
Pretty
things.
much. Pretty much. Yep. So I guess I'm finding a silver lining. That's been my silver lining, is that it's nice to not be crazy addicted to something.
Yeah, I'm loving the current meme of we finally found the Destiny killer. It was Destiny 2.
Yep.
So, I mean, so have you been spending any time on any other games as of late?
Recently it's been Fortnite and Overwatch primarily that I've been getting into.
That's the good
definitely
stuff,
still
man.
a potato in Fortnite. Overwatch I'm not terrible in, but I only play one character really.
Who do
which
you
I
play?
need to
What
work
character
on.
do you play?
Prepare to be
I'm
judged.
judging you. I am gonna judge you. No.
Yeah, we're gonna judge the shit out of you.
Say the
depending
right
on what you
name.
say.
I play Lucio.
Oh, he's cool.
Okay,
Everyone loves you.
Everybody needs a healer. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a support.
Yeah,
so you
support
can't be
mains.
too
Yeah.
upset about it. I mean,
He
it's not
didn't. He
support
didn't
you
say he
want.
has to lock an
backbone
attack person
of
every
that
time,
game.
so we're good.
It's not like
yeah.
the support you need, but it's the support you don't mind.
No, I need the healing boost. All right, so
Exactly, I
fine.
got you.
I'm
Let's
always
break
down,
it
yeah.
down.
Good call.
No, that's definitely
Oh my-
commendable.
What about you guys?
So
What
have
are
you
your
built
Overwatch
Lucio's
characters?
gun out of Lego? Sorry.
I haven't played
Someday.
Overwatch in
Someday I do
forever,
want to.
but Mercy was always my bae. Mercy was
appreciate
always
that.
super cool.
Support mains.
Lucio's actually always been my favorite. So just for his movement
Excellent.
alone, I love wall riding. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
And McCree.
Are we
I
talking
like McCree.
like to play or just like favorite character in general?
Whatever.
You give us both.
Oh my goodness.
Why not both?
To play, I really like Reaper and Diva, and I think my favorite character is Hanzo, probably. So, yeah.
Hanzo's Bay.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm definitely that scumbag on your team who won't stop picking McCree. That's me. I'm that guy. You're sitting there like, we need a tank. You know, I'm a perfectly fine Reinhardt, but it's like, no, man,
it's
McCree.
fine.
High noon, baby.
Don't worry, guys. I got
Zarya, too.
10% accuracy. Don't worry, guys. McCree.
It's high noon,
Let's
baby.
go.
It's high noon somewhere in the world. That's me.
So Overwatch mains, what class do you main in Destiny or Destiny 2?
Ooh.
Who's starting with that? Am I starting with
That's you, boy. You're the guest of honor. Come on now.
Yeah, you're here.
Step up.
Hunter.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Nick and I are so in sync because you know it's Hunter for me.
Mega constantly surrounded by warlocks. Find some
As he should be.
comfort in that for sure.
How's that
I
jumping
know.
going,
That's my
guys?
face.
How are those jumps going?
I've kind of got
Hey.
over to the dark side lately. I've been playing a ton of console D2 because the PC scene on D2 it's like dead.
Ouch.
Awkward, but yeah, it is. It's like it's the trials. You know how many people play trials on D2 PC? It's like fucking nobody. I was
7.
doing. Who was I playing with? I can't remember. Was I playing with Shake?
It's probably
Probably.
shaking. I
Probably
That's who
Shake.
you
Maybe
usually
Kay.
play with.
I don't know. We literally played the same team from Russia. Like it was like 8 games in a row. We played a full card against one team. I am not making this up. We were playing like
Jesus
it was like late at
Christ.
night on a weekend, and obviously we were on the UK host. We kept playing this fucking team over and over, the same team, and we
my
beat them
God.
every game. I felt so bad. Literally, we got a full flawless card.
This is it.
These
The
poor
Russians are
guys.
hacking our cards.
Did you-
And we
They're
wanted
doing
Did
it
you
now.
message them and say that you were sorry because
No.
that seems like
He's not Canadian. Don't get ahead
I
of
mean,
yourself
it's just
there.
like
Yeah.
it's funny because you get to the point where you're like, I feel really bad. We should probably stop
Yeah.
playing them. But if I knew that, like, if I was them, they obviously kept playing. They wanted to win, so it's like, let's keep
They
giving
wanted
them
their
a chance
card.
to beat us. Let's keep giving them a chance. Keep giving them a chance. And we're like, okay, no,
you
we're
just
done.
trying to
like
train
broke
them.
them
We're
at
done.
one
Yeah.
point. I'm sure
It's
they
like
were
this-
just like, well, it was these guys again.
But
Whatever.
But yeah, I've been playing on console because the PC trial scene is like, and so if you're playing on console and you're trying your hardest to win by taking versions to the lighthouse, guess what I'm playing? A Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Is that the invisibility stuff? That's
Yes, because it's a couple things. I mean, the invisibility is like if I'm invisible, you have 0 aim assist on me, and like console is like you can only hit shots because of aim assist. I mean, you can, but it's really, 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 really hard without aim assist. So
It
they get
is.
the camo all the time, and the Gemini gesture pants are like stupid OP, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It feels bad. I feel kind of dirty playing Hunter. But like,
No, it's fine.
But
Use whatever.
don't apologize.
apologize.
Exactly.
I feel like
Use
this is
whatever
similar
don't-
dirty to when I got my first flawless. Me and my it was the summer of like after Trials came out, and all 3 of us were using Thorn, and I like felt so horrible.
Did it work though?
It didn't feel good, but
Did it work though?
Yeah.
it was necessary. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
you gotta embrace it.
You
at
have
that
to.
point,
Do you want to
right?
have morals or do you want to win?
You literally
That's right.
There were people. I guarantee you, there are teams that all use Thorn that didn't get flawless. So
Yeah,
you still
exactly.
were better than
it's
somebody
not,
out
it's not
there.
an instant guarantee. I mean, I play
Yeah.
against teams literally like minimum 3 Night Stalkers on every team. Everyone with Mida, everyone with the Gemini.
Yeah.
We still beat them, but like we play that way because like you have to. Because if you don't play that way,
It's good, yeah.
you're gonna get that.
Yeah.
You're gonna get dicked on, dude. It's just gonna happen. So.
Yeah, I can't really judge. I used Doctrine in its heyday. I never
there you
used
go.
anything else in PvP.
There
So
you
like,
go. Everybody's guilty
Yeah.
of it to some degree.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whatever. Well, do we have relevant, interesting new stuff to talk about in the world of D2? Want to whip open that TWAB maybe? Take a glance at
Maybe.
that.
Twab tab.
TWAB
One
tab?
or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 things that might have occurred this week. Of course, we had patch 1.1.2 go live, and that brought quite a few changes. We got Armor Masterworks; those are in the game.
Yes.
We have raid mods now; those are in the game, and for the most part, I like those. Though the raid mods are pretty freaking cool, pretty powerful. And of course, we've got ourselves something weird, something a little bit odd. We got this weird infographic from Bungie giving specific set dates for patches and updates and what's going to be in those patches. the hell did I get into a massive blog? When did that happen?
This is not the Bungie that I know. This can't handle it.
Actual information. What
I think
F?
it's the Bungie we might actually like, though.
It's not the Bungie we know, but it's the one we need.
Didn't they forget to put the next DLC on this timeline? When does the next DLC
I think because they were
out?
saying these were free updates, they didn't want to include that.
I think it was because they forgot. But it doesn't matter. Because some people were like, "Oh my God, does that mean that they're like delaying?"
There's no DLC.
They're delaying the DLC. They're delaying the DLC, and then they're like, "No, we just didn't put it in there."
Yeah, okay. So just to explain to people, we got this really neat infographic that kind of gives a schedule, a roadmap for patches going forward. It talked a bit about patch 1.1.2, which of course went into effect last Tuesday, 1.1.3, which is scheduled for February 27th, 1.1.4 for March 27th, and then Season 3 starting in May. And when it came to the DLC, they had a line there like a new season of content or something like that coming in May. I assumed that meant the DLC. But yeah, people freaked out because it didn't specifically state that DLC pack number 2 was coming out sometime in May. But they've confirmed afterwards, yeah, it's coming in May. You don't need to freak out, or you do need to freak out depending on how you feel about Destiny 2 right now. So one way or the other. But we got some interesting stuff from some of these notes here. We know that we're really not going to be getting a big sandbox update until March 27th. That's when they're shooting to put out the big sandbox update. So another month.
But hopefully
or two.
It's going to be a big one. Because, I mean, if you haven't read the TWAB and you're listening to I don't know, if you're listening to this podcast, there's like a 99% chance that you've read the TWAB. If you haven't, I don't know, did your computer blow up? Like, I don't know.
Maybe.
They brought in design lead Josh Hamrick on the TWAB to talk about what the sandbox changes are going to be. And they are calling it the Go Fast update. That was kind of like the theme. So I'll just read you the thing. We've begun playtesting a series of changes that you will have in your hands in the next few months. Sandbox is lovingly begun to refer to this series of changes as the Go Fast update. But everyone who I've talked to has called it the Gotta Go Fast update, obviously. Because
of course. Gotta go fast.
Yeah. So, yeah, our goals for this round are to provide individual players with more hero moments. I love that they used that phrase. By increasing overall speed and mobility, increasing the amount of supers you charge to demolish your enemies, increasing the frequency and impact of our most montage-worthy power weapons, especially in PvP. So that was kind of the overall theme of the TWAB, and I like it. I know there's been a lot of discussions on Twitter that it might be like, "Ooh, is it too little, too late?" Or whatever. I mean, if you're still playing Destiny at this point, then you're probably relatively excited. Hell, even if you've taken a break, you're probably excited, because I know the feeling that I had when we went from D1 to D2. I'm specifically thinking back to the game reveal in California when I was there, and they brought everybody to the back after the presentation. Remember, Mega and I were like, "Oh God!" And we were playing the game, and we went back in line to like go play it again. And Ninja with no L was right there, good friend of mine, great guy. And we were just talking. We were like, "Yeah, it feels great, but like, did you feel slower? I felt a little slower. Like I tried to Titan skate, it didn't work."
Yeah, we were like, "Did you get any momentum on that Titan skate?" No, not really.
Titan skate? We were trying to figure it out. So we're all missing, at least most people who I've talked to, were very much missing the movement that was offered in D1, because D1 had hella movement, boy.
Yeah,
God.
absolutely.
Like, you could just fly around. I mean, everybody felt good to some degree. The hunters had their really crazy high jumps, those douchey hunters jumping over doors and tripping you up like you're in an And One video. Warlocks had Warlocks had Warlock surfing, which was kind of like a bootleg version of Titan skating. And Titan skating, I mean, God, Titans were so happy.
Oh yeah,
Titans were so happy. And it sounds like they're going back in that direction, which I think it's a great idea. You guys agree?
Yeah.
Or?
I mean,
I miss, as a Warlock main, I miss feeling like I can move and control my vertical space in any capacity, because I can't do that right now. So
yeah.
And
I can't think of anybody who asked for that to be taken away. Like, when it comes from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2. I can't think of a single person whose number one complaint was, "We move a little bit too fast. Let's dial that back by about 25% or so." I don't know who that person was. And I know Bungie talked a bit about it back in the days of D1, like, they never intended for Titans and whatnot to move that fast, and they certainly went in with those changes in D2, but I'm glad that they've kind of acknowledged, okay, the community wants moving fast. They like that.
Fun.
Let's bring that back. And we've been saying over the past couple of weeks that the number one thing the community needs to hear right now is sandbox changes, because that's probably the most important thing. That's number one on the list of things that needs to see some sort of improvement with Destiny 2. And so I was really happy to hear from Josh this week, and I think for the most part we heard a lot of good things in this weekly update. It doesn't address everything that I'd like to hear. They talk a bit about weapon buffs, like hand cannons and pulse rifles and whatnot are getting a buff, but they don't tell us exactly what those buffs are going to be. So it's like, stuff's coming.
That's the only thing that gets me, like, makes me, I always want to ease up and not get too excited, because there is nothing that's extremely specific, and there can't be yet, and I get that, but just telling me that I'm going to go faster could mean I'm going, like, 1% faster, like it could mean very slight changes,
or 30%.
So I'm gonna wait until I get
4% faster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there it is.
Dank Destiny meme.
Callback memes. Boom.
2015.
So I was holding out and waiting. I'm like, okay, this all sounds good. Show me some numbers, and I'll be more excited. Show me some gameplay or numbers. I'll take either one.
They also mentioned. I thought this was funny specifically. They called out the shoulder charge changes. You remember those where they like cut the shoulder charge?
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny
shit.
because that was really dumb. I was specifically watching a video where Datto, great guy, we all love Datto, was talking about the overall expansion and the changes that were made. When he got to the shoulder charge, he specifically said, he was like, I would have loved to have been in the room when Bungie suggested that change. It's like, what the fuck were they thinking? It's like, hey, how people who play Titan love to just like jump around, and they use the shoulder charge to like kind of as a mobility tool. Like, yeah, let's fucking take that away. Fuck those players. they're gonna play how we want them to play.
I like that they specifically addressed in the TWAB though, like things that are fun that weren't on purpose. Right. We're gonna look into those as being valid, just because we're not just gonna like out of spite be like, that's not what we wanted.
It's not the way we intended it.
This wasn't our vision.
It's nice to hear them openly admit that they're like, yeah, we fucked up, because they said the goal of untargeted distance nerf was to discourage using the ability as a movement mode. Why? By making it only effective when using it against enemies. In retrospect, we think this change was a mistake. We've heard
we fucked up. In retrospect.
It's like, hey, they admitted it. It's like, it's fun to charge around. Let us fly around like assholes. That's why we love this game so much. It's like, you see some player in D1 skating around like an asshole, like some kid who just figured out that if you mash the button in like a right way, you can skate. And it doesn't mean that you're a god. How many players have you seen like skate directly into a pole or a tree or a wall or something like that? It's like, I don't know. It's fun. Yeah. So I'm glad that they're understanding what players like, and they're acting accordingly.
And I feel like I almost have to make a moment out of this because of the words they use there. They just straight up came out and said, okay, we made a mistake. That's not something we very often hear from Bungie. Usually when it's a situation like this, it's, we've reviewed things and this isn't working the way we'd like it to, or, some kind of face-saving talk like that. They just straight up came and said, okay, you know what? We screwed up. People like shoulder charge as a movement option. People like moving faster. We're going to go back to that. Because like Mega said earlier, I think they mentioned later on in the TWAB, we're going to stop changing things based on the way we want to, we envision the game to be. And if there's something in there that we didn't intend that players find fun, we're going to work with that and around that, rather than taking it away to say artistic vision or something like that. And I thought that was a really important note, because it's like, oh, they're learning. It's finally happening. I don't know, that just made me unreasonably happy to just kind of see those changes going into effect sometime soon.
So the one thing that a lot of people have been talking about on Twitter, and I know it's sort of been beaten to death to a degree. I know Moon's probably going to be over there rolling those eyes, but we still got to talk about it for like a second. It's okay, we love you, Moon. we're really happy that we're going to be moving around much quicker. I think everybody's going to be really happy with that because we all miss it. But
Yeah.
I think we're worried a little bit just about the time to kill. I know. It's like, that's like the buzzword, time to kill. Every time I say time to kill, just take a shot at home. Don't do that. But because with the current time to kill in D2, team shotting is the current meta. We all know that if you've played a lot of PvP, team shooting's the meta. But
Gross.
it's pretty gross.
It sucks.
If you find somebody in like a 1v1 situation, it's very easy, for the most part, for them to run away, just run away. And that's in the current mechanic of the game. So like, if we keep the current time to kill, but we make the movement like way, way, way better, there's going to be a lot of people, like, oh, I got shot, one,
like after
two,
images.
3, 4,
Like-
all right, I'm done. And then like, so they did mention in the TWAB, they said we buffed several weapon archetypes, including but not limited to hand cannons, pulse rifles, sniper rifles, and shotguns, and a few specific perks as well. So they're buffing weapon archetypes. That's good.
Yeah.
I think, again, a lot of people have been talking about this on Twitter. You can read about it everywhere, but people are saying hopefully that along with the increased movement, we get quicker time to kill. Because if we don't, then there's going to be even more disengaging players in PvP and stuff like that. So we'll see. I mean, they didn't go into a lot of detail regarding the weapon buffs. Probably because we're so far out. I bet that as time goes on, they're going to talk more and more. And it seems like from this TWAB that they're really getting it. You know what I mean? I'd say that they're getting it. So even though I know we're all kind of like, I really hope this change works out. I'm going to be a madman, all right? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yet again.
That's right. That's right.
One more time.
I'm going to do it.
I swear, if they let me down 10 more times, I'm not
outta
giving
here,
them
man.
any more chances.
Then I'm going to get really mad.
Here's something I'm curious about with, let's say we have faster movement coming and like 6 people coming. How do you think that works with maps that were designed for 4 people on slower movement? Do you think that's going to be like a big problem for them to balance around? That seems like it would be difficult. I don't know. I don't make games.
I don't make games.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really think of any maps where I really see 6v6 being too much of an issue.
Maybe
There's a few.
Maybe
Javelin.
Javelin.
Yeah,
with the
that's what I
sight
was
lines
thinking
on
too.
that.
Kind of a
It goes from
small
having
map.
2
Which one's
guardians rushing the
Javelin?
hallway.
That's the round.
Retribution, maybe?
It's like
Yeah.
is it symmetrical? No, it's not too symmetrical. It's,
And if you can fall off on one side and then it's got the tunnels on the other side with the candles.
there's like a big
Yeah.
rocket
No,
in the
that's
middle. Isn't there? Isn't
all
there like a rocket?
terrifying.
There's something in the middle.
It's the one. How would you even explain it?
It's
I
the
don't, I
one,
don't need
the
Plan
one
of
with
this
the
at all,
lane.
guys.
I can put
Does that
pictures.
help?
I can put pictures in the chat right now. Boom.
That
There we
sounds
go.
good.
Boom.
There you go. There's a picture right
Yeah,
there in
it's
the
that
chat.
one.
You can recognize the map.
I mean, he was
there.
right. It's the one way where you can jump
Okay.
off on the side and then it's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
tunnels on the
You
other
can.
side.
I'm thinking of another one that's similar that has like B is in like a half circle and there's 2 openings and then the little side tunnel and it's open on the left.
You're thinking of Altar of Flame. You said with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
candles, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
there you
Altar
go.
of Flame.
Cool.
That's
I think
the
that
one
one's
where-
pretty small too and that would feel a little chaotic. with
Maybe.
6.
Yeah.
I think
It's got some
Retribution,
tight
the
sight lines, yeah.
donut-shaped one, might be kind of interesting, but who knows?
Yeah.
It
What
remains
about
to
that
be
one
seen, I
from
guess.
the beta? That was
You know
always,
what?
That was the map
Oh.
in quick.
Fuck it.
All of them?
That one might be
Is that what we're
tough.
saying?
If I
All
were
of them?
Bungie to a degree, I would be like, I would borderline not care. Because, like,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
just be
Oh,
sitting there
yeah.
like, oh, so y'all
Oh,
want
yeah.
6v6, huh? Welcome to the fucking show. And then just drop everybody
This
else
is
as well.
Welcome
what
to
you
the
wanted.
jungle playing in the background. And if I were
I thrive
Bungie,
on the chaos. I'm ready for it.
yeah, if I were Bungie, I would also just quietly drop a bunch of D1 maps as well. When that
There you
goes
go.
into effect, so it's like, there you go. You can have your first light back. Or Twilight Gap. Give me Twilight Gap. I'll take Twilight Gap. That's beautiful.
Ooh, I'll take the thigh gap back.
Yeah. The thigh gap. Is that what we call it?
That's what
calling
that's
it
what
now.
everyone in Husky Raid
I'm
calls
down.
it. So
I'm
all
down.
right, cool.
Bunch of trendsetters over there.
There we go. Ooh, Rusted Lands I'm seeing in chat. Yeah, I want Rusted Lands back. Please. Why not?
Is there anything else in the TWAB that specifically stuck out to you? I mean, they're talking about the movement speed. Everybody was down with that. They're talking about the weapon archetype buffs. We're all down with
changing the way power ammo works in PvP. There's quite a few big changes
that
there.
was good.
I was like lukewarm on that. I was like, because if they kept it the way it is right now, with like the current system of, I think the biggest question everybody is asking themselves right now is like, is Bungie going to change how the weapon system works? Because there were like tweets from Christopher Barrett where they're implying that they're trying to like make some changes to how
return them to glory.
Return them to their glory.
Yes.
That's specific phrasing.
Yeah.
Returning them to their glory. We're like, what does that mean, Christopher? You put like, are we rewinding the clock here? What's happening? Talk to me, baby. But because if they kept the current power ammo system and they made the power ammo spawn faster, I don't think I would like that. I don't think I would like that.
And, you know, there's also other references in the TWAB to specifically shotgun, snipers, and fusions. They say a key goal here with some of the weapon changes is to make shotguns, snipers, and fusion rifles more prevalent in the game. And they tie that to some of the changes to the weapon system. So whether or not they're going to be changing that to the old primary, secondary, heavy system of D1, I don't know. I really don't know. But with the power weapon changes, I understand what you mean. Like
I'm like nervous about it because I think a lot of people are kind of hyping themselves up. That's like, oh, I think they're going back to the D1 primary special.
Not necessarily.
It's not necessarily like
we're not sure.
That would take a huge overhaul. Huge overhaul.
Yep.
Huge.
This
and
whole
we're
game's
waiting
kinda
until
built around
September
this.
to mass delete shaders, people. So, so we're waiting months to mass delete shaders. Y'all think we're going back to the D1 weapon system? I'm not saying that we're not. It's just like it seems to me really unlikely. And I don't know. Maybe they're doing something because I just feel like if we had more power ammo spawns in the current system of weapons, I'm not really sure if that's something I would enjoy.
Well, let's talk a bit about what those power weapon changes are. This is what
Good idea. We should outline them.
Yeah, keep it secret from the people who are listening. You don't know what these changes are. But here's what Josh had to say. We've also been working side by side with our friends on PvP to increase the pace of PvP combat and the frequency of power play. Here's a sneak peek at their hard work. Player respawn times for all quick play modes have been decreased. That's neat. Power ammo respawn timers for all quick play modes have been reduced by 30%. That's pretty significant. Power ammo respawn timers in survival have been reduced by 40%. Ooh boy, competitive. And then power ammo respawn timers in countdown have been reduced by 25%. Now in addition to that, ammo counts have been adjusted in relation to these timers and in relation to weapon type. So you're probably going to be getting, I don't know, less shots with a fusion or a shotgun or less, maybe. You only get one rocket anyway, so I don't see how that could change. And they didn't really go into detail about how that's going to affect the ammo economy for these weapons. Like, does that mean shotguns are going to get less shells? Fusions are going to get less shots? Swords going to get less ammo? We won't really know till they talk a bit more about it. But there's one more change. Enemy players will now drop their power ammo on death.
That's big.
And but here's the thing: the drop brick is going to be available to anyone until it's picked up for about 30 seconds. That's kind of a huge reversion because that's something that was in vanilla Destiny 1. For those of you who are old enough Guardians to remember the Crucible back in those days, power ammo. When you killed somebody with it and they had power ammo, they dropped their brick. It means you could go through an entire match with Thunderlord alone, and it was glorious.
Oh, those were good times.
That was good times, man.
Didn't they change that though? Because it got a bit too nutty.
In Taken, I think they might have actually changed it before Taken King, but I know definitely by the time Taken King came
I think
out,
they changed it before
way
Taken
before
King.
it might have been in Dark
I've
Below.
never experienced this,
yeah.
so it definitely was before my time.
But they changed it, and it hasn't been a thing basically until Mayhem in I think the end of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, of course. But they're changing it so that any player who has power ammo, you kill him, they drop that brick of whatever ammo was remaining, and it stays there for 30 seconds for anybody on your team to pick up. I think that's pretty interesting.
Things are going to get real fucking nutty in March. I'm telling you right now.
Man.
It's going to get real nutty.
And that, that says anyone. So is that both?
Yep.
Do you think that's both
Yep,
teammates and enemies?
Yep.
Right?
Maybe. It might be.
Because it's not specific there. So
Doesn't say team. Yeah, you're right.
I'm looking forward to killing a dude who has power ammo and then a blueberry swooping in and grabbing the brick. And
that you worked
I can
for?
be like, you fucking asshole. Like, I killed him. Like,
Is it gonna be like that, or is everybody gonna get a piece of the pie? Like, because Destiny's loot table, the way it works, when you have something on the ground, it's specific to you. So, is it gonna be shared amongst your teammates? Can only one of you pick it
I think
up?
it would.
It's only gonna be one.
It's only gonna be one.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Okay.
Could you imagine if everybody got power ammo all
that'd
in
be
one drop? Holy schmoly.
you would steamroll teams as soon as you
so
got the
I feel
power
like,
ammo.
I feel like
yeah,
if you
like-
kill the person, yeah.
It should drop for you.
Yeah, but like Mega said, the blueberry is gonna sweep in and pick it up, and then he's gonna rocket
then
himself
he's gonna-
with his cluster bomb rocket launcher. It's gonna be.
Oh, that was great. Thanks for stealing the ammo from that guy.
I got you,
You
guys.
made good
Anytime,
use of
bud.
it.
Especially if
Thank
I
you,
see
Nick.
your
I'm
name.
excited. Yeah, naturally.
Putting it into-
Be sure to
That's
do
fine.
that to Mega if you play
Exactly.
with.
Yeah.
I'll
And
be
then
quitting out
Kitty's
as soon as I
rocket
see your
launcher.
name, Nick. It's fine.
Gonna shove it into a
Please.
non-proximity detonation grenade launcher. Just worthlessly fire it off, and it's like, thanks, man. I got into a 1v1 with that guy. I killed him. He had power ammo. I'm sitting here with dual primary nonsense, and you wasted it.
Yeah.
You wasted it.
Oh, final note. They didn't bullet point this, but they put it at the very end about the TWAB. Sniper flinching. Okay, many of you have rightfully complained, that snipers flinch too hard when you're taking hits, especially as they are now power weapons, which they do. Like, if you have a sniper, you get shot. The flinch in Destiny is so powerful. It's just so powerful. You get hit, especially by something like a Uriel's Gift or something. You're like, it's like, woo! You can't focus. And it makes, like, when I'm doing trials carries on console, like one of the first things we ask people who we carry is like, okay, what's your power weapon? Sniper? All right, get that shit out of here. You're not fucking using a sniper. Put something else on. Because it's like, yeah, you can, and this is when all the people in the chat are like, I love using
feel like if
snipers.
you're-
I always get the,
Okay.
I kill entire teams by myself. Okay, I'm
Unless
sure
your name is Joe Veraded
Yeah,
in
right.
the
Unless
chat,
you're
I don't
like-
believe you. All right.
like real crafty or something. Look, I'm not saying that it's
Yeah.
not possible. It's just that, like, why would you use sniper if you have a colony where you, like, literally don't have to aim, or like a Last Rites
I love the
rocket
colony.
launcher with a cluster bomb? It's just like, it just can blow out a room. You have the Legend of Acreus. Come on, like, it's like it's a free kill, dude.
Nut.
Free kill. But yeah, sniper, you get hit and the flinch goes crazy. So they said, we've dug into this and found that somewhere along the way towards shipping D2, it's classic Bungie, we acquired a bug that is preventing us from being able to successfully tune this to the values that we all would like. While the current batch of changes we are playtesting go a long way to bringing snipers back to where they should be, this bug will still prevent them from feeling perfect. But they're working on it. The bug we're actively fixing requires some deep changes to the art of each of the individual snipers in the game that will take us
That's
a while
what-
to stomp out. Okay, fair enough. So
That's what they're just the art of them. What does
I
that
don't know, dude. It's
mean? What did they? What happened? What does that
Mega,
mean?
you ever watch iRobot? Will Smith? It's the ghost in the code, Mega.
It's the ghost of the code, man.
What I'm hearing is
I wonder if some snipers
Bungie's
have
build
dreams.
is not as secure as Nick's builds. Is what I'm hearing. All right.
Violating 3 laws.
Oh, give me a high five. Are you above me?
Debatable.
I think you're above it
Debatable.
tonight. Boom, right
Not
there.
a solid.
Down. Go down, damn it.
Down.
There you go. There it is.
There it
It
is.
sounds like a lot of these changes between like the reduced timers and the faster movement, that we're going to be seeing a lot more like montage worthy plays and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited.
They
to
go as
see
far
some
as
cool clips.
yeah, they go as far as to say as much in the beginning of this. They want to create
I remember it, yeah.
more opportunities for montage plays, for those hero moments. And I'm with Fallout. I absolutely love that term because there were so many. I can think of so many great just montages back from D1, especially back from year 1 of D1. Holy cow.
Dude, do you
And,
remember? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say, do you remember? Oh, you wouldn't remember because you weren't there. Mega, do you remember Guardian Con? We're watching the tournament. That
Yes.
that play when
Oh, yes.
Lumi like ruined the other team.
Oh, was
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
the back in, like,
Yeah.
1
yeah,
minute?
dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
that was
crushed. He
fire.
killed like the entire
Destroyed.
enemy team like twice in
It's
like a
incredible.
2-minute window or whatever it was. It was super.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the crowd was like, "Oh my god!" But
I like to think
yeah.
of hero moments as letdown moments when I'm playing. It's like those times where I'm the only one alive in trials, and like, okay, you just got to kill these 2 guys. You can do this, Mega, and then I die immediately. Like, there's the potential that it could have happened, but I just let them down every time. So I'm excited for that.
You're excited
more
for
of
those
that in my
moments.
future. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear
almost
that
made a
disappointment in
montage.
Fallout's voice.
Oh yeah, I almost made a montage in D1, and I went through all my clips. I'm like, these are all no land kills. This is the most lame thing I've ever seen.
Dude, I'll
I
watch
would
it.
watch that.
Definitely.
mod.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Celebrate it.
I
Do
love
it.
No
I'll
Land.
watch it. That gun rules.
Nick, will you build a No Land Beyond?
Please, Nick, please. I will pay you real human money for that.
real
I
human
take-
don't
money.
take commissions.
Rip.
You don't have a choice. You have donations open on your channel. You can't stop me. You
Yeah,
can't stop
I'll
me
keep
from
doing
giving you
it
money.
every day.
You agreed to my terms and conditions when you tip me, bud.
If I can
Tell
get
him.
my child's first words
him.
to be BrickNic, will you build the No Land Beyond out of Legos?
That's a real.
That's
That's
mega.
a real tempting offer there.
Straight out of the womb. Brick and Nick, Brick and Nick, Brick and Nick. These
Yeah,
are the
I just
first
sit
things
there
you
all
hear.
day with this baby. BrickNic.
That's actually a little scary. Please don't do that to your child.
Yeah,
Yeah,
All right, fine. I won't.
child
for the
grows up
baby's
with
sake
like
and also
a-
your sake, because your wife would kill you.
Did you see that? This is nothing. To do
I don't
with
know how it
anything.
happened, honey.
There was a guy on Facebook
No.
who was like, "Hey, if this picture gets 1 million likes, then my wife said it's cool. We can name our firstborn kid Goku."
Yeah,
And he got
I
a
saw
million.
that.
He got 1 million likes, and the wife
course
was,
he
yeah.
did.
So they're gonna name their kid Goku. Stupid.
It's not terrible. That's not that bad.
It's gonna be great. He's
I
gonna
could
be
make it worse.
the
I
most
guess it could be
popular
worse.
kid
It
in
could be
school.
worse, but,
Easy.
Yeah. Sun Kun.
Sun Kun. Hey, Goku, what's up, man? What's up, baby?
Sounds alright to me.
Coolest kid in school.
Should we do some questions? Is that a thing that we should do right now?
We should. Especially if they have questions for our guest, Mr.
Yes.
Brick and Nick.
Chat, hit us
Oh,
with your
yes.
questions.
Ask questions
right
to
now.
Nick.
I've
Ask
got
him
a
how he
question
gets
for
his hair
him.
to look so good.
How do you get your hair to look so good? Because that's like perfect.
He's got good looking hair.
What?
Yeah.
There's a process to it, you know. Gotta leave it the right amount of wetness after your shower,
Nice.
Uh-huh.
and then I usually use a pomade.
Nice.
I work that in, and then I use a blow dryer with a brush with a comb.
Don't lie. That is also Legos. And
I just
Right?
My helmet
just go to
hair.
bed and I'm like bald with like a little
Classic helmet
stud.
hair.
Mega, don't be spoiling my secret.
I'm sorry. I'm
Revealing
sorry. I
everything.
didn't.
It's the only way to
Didn't
keep it
have to
perfect.
that to you.
Wrecked it.
It's like the food you see in fast food commercials. It's not real. It's made of Legos.
Question
Yes.
from Alpha KFA in the chat. With how movement speed and time to kill are currently, do you think that classic trials would work in D2? Would it be 3v3 survival? I have no idea.
I don't know about 3v3.
I mean, that depends on what you mean by would it work.
Yeah.
I mean, because, yeah, you could put all the
Right.
mechanics in place and you could play it, but would it be fun?
I think
Would it be really tedious? Probably.
with the kind of meta we currently have in D2, I think things would waterfall really quickly in 3v3. It's like one person dies,
That's
round's
a really
over.
good point. Yeah.
Yeah. Now they have the team shot power. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
That's all the
Immediately
meta
right
is,
there.
the team shots.
That's
It's
it.
like, what, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Pretty much.
Without-
the
yeah.
answer. Yeah.
Oh, Big Squeak has an amazing one. This is perfect for Nick.
Do it.
What was your first Lego build?
Oh.
Are we talking creative or are we talking a Lego set?
give us both.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
I don't know
both?
if I honestly don't know if I can place my first like creative build because I've just been doing it since I was like so young. Like I have memories of like some specific things as a kid, but like they definitely weren't my first. I do have my first Lego set handy.
Ooh, what
That's
is it?
dope.
Get it. Grab it. I wanna
It's
see it.
it's from Rescue if anybody remembers.
You have it
that
here?
game.
Oh.
He's got it. He said
got
handy,
everything.
so I want to see it. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's what we do. We answer your questions, people. Not
Moon-
just with our words.
While he's getting that.
Physical.
Okay, never mind.
Yes.
He's back. He's back.
Yeah, no, it wasn't far. It's just this like little
Yo!
truck.
Oh,
Hey, we all
there
know
it
what
What
is.
is
Oh,
that?
I love it.
The
Going down
vintage.
the
It's a
rabbit
cute
hole.
little truck. Had like
Wow,
one little
wonderful.
minifigure. The theme is
Look
called
at that.
Rescue.
There
So
you
there's
go.
a little rescue
No.
There you
vehicles.
go.
That's awesome.
That was my first Lego set.
There we
Even
go.
that is too difficult for me to build.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
pretty sure.
man.
Gosh.
I think
Do the
my-
wheels go on top?
I'll get you a Duplo set if I ever get you any Lego. Don't worry. That's for 1.5 to 5, so I'm sure you can handle it.
Perfect. Yeah. I'll say I did it, but it will really be.
It'll
my
be your.
fault.
Probably
It'll be
trick or
Mini
treat.
Magwitch.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I'll
take
Mini
forever
Magwitch
to
will put it
own
I think
together.
my
Nick, look what I
first
did.
Was that pirate? Did anyone remember the pirate Lego?
Mm-hmm.
Pirate set. It was like a really tiny one. I can't remember what it was. But they had the Lego shark. Remember they introduced the Lego shark?
The
That thing
sharks
was
are
so
amazing,
cool.
yeah.
All those
See,
things.
All those like
I, as
animals
a
that they
kid-
had and stuff like that were always like extra exciting.
Nice.
I had Kinects as a kid. I didn't have Legos.
I had those too.
Can you remove them from the call now, or?
Well, my parents loved me Legos.
Hovering over
I'm sorry that not all of us grew up in your fancy Lego ivory tower, all right? Some of us were slumming it with Kinects.
With Kinects?
No, Kinects was dope as a kid, man. Honestly, they had so many better moving sets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. That's what was
giant
cool
Ferris
about it
wheels
to
and
me.
roller coasters.
Yeah,
That's
you can make
exactly
the
what it
stuff
was
move.
about. You made the Ferris wheels. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, this is awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I would have loved Legos. They were just expensive, and we didn't. Yeah, we couldn't afford them.
What was the question?
Somebody said you had good hair, and they wanted to know what specifically was the color of your hair.
Okay, yeah. So anybody who just listens to the podcast, I have bright ass purple blue hair.
That's nice.
The brand I use is Ion, and the colors I typically use are aqua, radiant orchid, and fuchsia. So
I'll keep
There
that
you
in
go.
mind.
I like that word.
if you ever wanted to know.
Boom. Take
Yeah.
it.
Fuchsia.
Nice. Star Wars or Star Trek? I've never watched
Wars.
Star Trek in my life, ever.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I've seen some original series. I've seen the new movies. That's really it for me.
I saw the first of the new movies, and it was good. I didn't mind it at all.
There you go.
I
think
guess
I
I'm
got-
just
I think
the only old fart here who grew up with some Star Trek in his life. Come on, man. Next Generation,
Sorry,
Deep
dude.
Space Nine, boys.
Sorry.
I'm not gonna pretend that I wasn't a nerd growing up. I mean,
Yeah.
fucking
Nah,
look at
Fallout
me.
was
You
at
gonna-
the
you gonna
jock
believe
table.
me
How
if
could
I
you?
told
Look
you?
at those
Never
nerds over there with their
convinced
I
Legos and
nerded
their
out on
Kinects.
other things. I mean, other things.
Oh my gosh.
Here's one from UMC Padre. What guns will you start saving up for the sandbox change? All of them.
I want to
Yeah.
try everything
Basically.
all over again.
Yeah. I have friends like Bones from Crucible Radio who are he yells at me because my vault is always full and my postmaster is full and everything's unorganized.
It's pretty horrifying.
yeah, it's dude,
if you've ever seen
do
it.
you know who
It's
I
okay,
am?
I'm like you.
I need it.
have a
You
YouTube
follow.
channel that talks about every weapon under the sun, if I can, and it's if I
This is
had
the dude.
deleted the hand-in-hand shotgun,
Yep.
then people wouldn't have known how fucking good the hand-in-hand shotgun was. It's a
I was about to
green.
say.
So yeah,
This is the man.
I keep a lot of weapons because when the sandbox change comes, any gun could become a superstar overnight. So
I still want Sturm to be good. I want Sturm to be good so bad, but it's not good. It's very not good.
I want hand cannons to be better on console.
Yeah.
up top, Boone, where are you? Here, this corner,
I don't
this
know.
corner, right here.
Okay.
You
Hold on.
gotta go
I
down.
have to look at this guy.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Down,
I don't know.
It works.
I don't know if that was it.
It worked.
Planet Destiny
Doesn't matter.
podcast. We're good at high
Yeah.
fives.
Yeah, I agree. I would love it for hand
Okay.
cannons to be good.
Pulse rifles too, which thankfully, they said that they're specifically looking at some of these weapons and how they can improve them moving forward. So,
Awesome to
crossed.
hear indeed. Yep. All the fingers crossed.
All of them. Your toes too.
Yep.
That you can't show.
That we
off
can't
with.
show.
that we can't show.
absolutely
Absolutely
not.
banned.
That's for the after show.
The after
stream,
party,
where it's
yeah.
Oh,
just our
around.
feet.
Here's a
It gets
question.
Weird.
Good lord. Please no. Here's a question from Lays Summerstone, who some of you might know
Is the
as
Mr. Watermelon?
the Watermelon
XO.
EXO.
The Watermelon.
Love
The
that
wonderful
guy
and
to
amazing man.
Love me some Jake.
Love that guy. He
Ready.
asks, I've been trying to figure this out. Would you want Bungie to take a year or two off, no updates, and make Destiny 3 really perfect? Or keep updating stuff and perhaps less than perfect? Holy cow, dude. I would encourage them to just go away. If you could if you could promise me that Destiny 3 in my heart of hearts would be 98% of everything that I want in my heart and soul in my head, I'd be yeah, that's fine.
Take
I
your
would
time.
gladly.
I'd give him 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go play Monster Hunter or something. I'll probably be
Yeah.
less
Yeah.
happy
My
because I
man.
love
The-
Destiny, but there's other things out there that I would enjoy playing. I'm sure we all would. But
The
yeah, take time.
consumer/gamer in me agrees wholeheartedly with what you just said.
Sure.
The part of me that every Sunday has to get on a channel called Planet Destiny and talk about Destiny wouldn't want that to happen. But,
Welcome to the
other
Planet
than that-
Fortnite podcast. podcasts.
The Monster Hunter World Podcast.
Let's talk about how they
no.
fucked up the party system
No.
again. Woohoo!
Who loves miniguns? Oh yeah.
Golden Scar.
Let's go.
Yeah, I would agree.
Paid to get me to touch Fortnite.
If there was a perfect actual guarantee that Destiny 3 was going to have all the things we wanted,
I would take it.
we wanted it, and it was going to be the game we wanted it to be. Yeah, take 2 years. Go work on that game, and this time, about a year and a half before release, don't throw everything out and start over, please. Just go
Honestly,
back.
you know what I think
I'd
would
take
make
that.
it extra tolerable if they went back into D1 and like fixed the special ammo economy a little bit, just a few things that made D1 slightly annoying, so we could like just live that out for 2 years.
Release D1 on PC. I would be back on it every single day.
I would
Like,
love that.
I'd love that. I'd love
all
going back
over
to the
it.
grind of D1 on
If my
PC.
Moneymaker.
potato computer could run D1, yeah, absolutely.
I would literally just sit and like cry if everyone else got to play D1 on PC and I got left behind. Like, I don't care about
It ran
D2 on
a
PC.
PS3 Mega. Come
But, I
on.
mean-
I understand why they wouldn't, because that would be a huge ego check.
Oh my
Because you
gosh.
just know that the player population numbers would be like towering.
Be
over
higher.
D2. But like, they make a ton of money.
Yeah,
They
I'd
make
buy it.
But it's probably not worth the ego check.
No.
Everybody has.
we were
a
talking
price.
about in the theoretical situation they like bailed on D3. I feel like that would be a good way to like,
Yeah.
be like,
Alright.
you know, we know we're not going to give you anything, but here's
So
a
here's
little
D1.
something
Yeah.
for you
and
to enjoy.
that is a very, very theoretical situation because you
Very.
know they're
Of
on a contract
course,
with Activision
yeah.
and it's
Oh, yeah.
not gonna
Daddy
happen.
They got the gun to
Activision wants
their
their.
Yeah.
That would take
being
some
threatened
magic
to
finagling.
have to step on
I
a
guess
Lego
with
or
how
something.
big Bungie is,
Yep.
though, would having all of like, does it matter if some people like the live team is working on D2 and a lot of other people are already working on D3 right now? Like, would it even? How much impact would it have to have the live team people be like, all right, we're not doing anything on D2, we're working on D3 as well? Like that's. I don't know. I've seen questions like that before. Like people talk about how they don't want them to work on D2 at all anymore. But how many people can you put on a project before you get diminishing returns anyway? On
Yeah.
it, you know, like I guess I just want the right people working on D3. Put it that way. And that's,
So what you're saying is you
Boy,
want
you are
Christopher
opening
Barrett.
up. That's
take
literally
over.
like
that's
a-
my, I'm not saying
That's a Reddit
anything in
argument.
case anybody ever listens to this.
Never ever heard
I'm
one,
just
yeah.
saying that I want the right people working on it. You know.
I mean, guy can dream.
Yeah.
I could dream that, Christopher Barrett's just the total lead for D3. He's the only one I trust now. I just trust you,
Yeah.
Chris. You're the
He's
best.
earned our trust.
Yeah.
We all believe in Barrett.
I mean, chat's agreeing with a Destiny 1 remaster,
Yeah.
man. Activision's known to remaster stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't be
hot in here.
too surprised if that happens eventually. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't see it happening before like a D3 is
I wonder
already
what-
well into its
Does
time.
anyone know what the shortest timeline between like the game coming out and a remaster coming out is for an Activision
I have
game?
no
Maybe
idea.
chat. Maybe chat.
No
someone
idea.
knows.
Yeah, I don't know.
It would take a
I just
while.
think of like Halo, like the Master Chief collections was like 10 years after Halo 2 or whatever. So I
Yeah.
would think it would have to be something like that.
It was also garbage, so I don't want that for Destiny.
It was good in theory. It was good
It
in
was
theory.
great
Good
in
in theory.
theory.
They
all
just
right?
fucked
They
it up with a
just borked
shitload
it.
of bugs, and they're finally
Yeah.
putting a patch to it. This is so random that we're going off on this tangent, but they're like, yeah, we're finally doing like a big update patch. I'm like, great! It's only like 4 years too late.
right?
GG, no re.
Cool.
That game was a fucking guaranteed. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
Fallout. Nothing matters.
Nothing's important.
What were we talking about?
Yeah. What?
Do we have any more questions? Maybe one more?
Perhaps.
Somebody ask a great question, please. Something for Nick. Something
Do
he
it.
can
Somebody
say.
for Nick.
Pressure's
Question for
on.
Nick.
You have to
Yeah.
ask the
Oh,
best
no.
question of the night now.
We will answer
You
a
do.
question for Nick above all other questions.
Yes. That's all
I
I'm
disagree.
saying.
Do the opposite. Chat.
No. Don't do that.
Come on, make it really hard.
I had
Yeah,
one for you,
really
Nick.
hard.
What was your
Okay.
first video game experience?
Video game. I don't know if I can remember specifically, but I'd probably guess it was a Game Boy.
Really? Like the
Nice.
OG big brick Game Boy?
No, I guess Game Boy Color then.
That's
Yeah.
still pretty
Oh,
good.
Cool.
I mean, I had an N64 growing up, so I'm not sure if that came first. It might have.
I think that came before. Wait,
Maybe.
Game
Was
Boy
N64
Color? No. Game Boy Color came first. I think.
Before
So
N64?
Like
Yeah.
95
Game Boy
or
Color came out
96, I want to
Game
say.
Boy Color
Yeah.
release
Game Boy Color, I'm pretty sure.
So it was around the same time as
before
Pokemon,
Game
wasn't
Boy
it?
Color.
Yeah, Pokemon was my first game.
Pokemon came
100%.
out.
Like, I still
Oh,
love Pokemon.
yeah,
100%.
man.
Yeah.
Right
I mean,
on.
I don't play anything right now. I'm really holding out for the Switch title.
1998.
Me too.
Oh, I guess the N64 did come out first.
Okay, then honestly,
yeah,
I probably
N64
had
was
the
like
N64
96.
and like Mario Kart
98.
probably would have been Mario Kart, and actually Pokemon Stadium. I loved Pokemon Stadium.
That's where it was at, man.
I don't understand why there has not been another Pokemon Stadium.
Favorite mini game from Pokemon Stadium?
I don't know if I can place one.
It can be either Stadium 1 or Stadium 2.
Probably the Lickitung Sushi.
Yeah, that was the one I was
a good
going to say
That was a
too.
good one.
That was a
Actually,
good one.
I saw it in my head and I'm like, I don't know what to call this.
Or
But
the
yeah, that
Deli
game.
Bird
That game.
delivery conveyor
Delibird
belt.
was pretty
Delibird
good.
delivery.
Yeah, Delibird was pretty good.
Classroom 1. Magikarp Bounce. It was good stuff, man.
All right, I see some like. Can I like just like quick fire?
Rapid
some
fire
questions in
answers, go.
chat?
I love it.
Okay.
There you go, man.
Dream Lego build would probably. It's something I've said I would always do, and I've actually started small portions of it, but I've never finished it. Vault of Glass.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
That'd be
Someday,
amazing.
someday I still think I'll
Let him
go
go,
for
let
it.
him
And
go.
then honestly, I've always also wanted to do a large scale like spaceship, like something like comparable to a Star Destroyer from Star Wars, with like interior components and like a docking bay for ships.
Can you just build the Leviathan or the Dreadnought?
No, Dreadnought would be a terrible build.
To scale?
Leviathan would probably be mildly interesting. Probably.
All right.
Oh no, the Leviathan's a big, ugly, flat thing too. No.
Yeah, it is.
That's the thing. I'm not interested in a build with like no details. That doesn't do it
Okay.
for me.
But it's got a mouth.
Keep going. Keep going.
Favorite Lego creation? Probably the Lego Movie logo. What did Nick made from Destiny 1, Year 1 to Year 3? It was still always Hunter. Night Stalker primarily once that came out because I loved Shadestep. Rest in peace. Most frustrating creative build would probably be the Fallen Walker. I left that project aside. Like I worked on it on and off for a year because I couldn't figure out how to motorize it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think. How sad were you when the official Destiny bricks were Mega Bloks? Heartbroken. Heartbroken. It also removed the opportunity for any of my work to be officially shared by Bungie, which kind of sucked.
Oh, that does blow. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like they could
Poopy.
allow it on the creative page on their website, but they couldn't tweet it out or share it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
ass.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This guy was denied his spot as a
Oh.
So that one
community
really hurt.
spotlight because
Yeah,
of
community
contracts and
spotlight.
red tape.
I would not. I believe that my builds are of high enough quality that
I
they
think you
probably could have been.
Yeah.
Dude,
worthy.
if it's the bill, the Bungie community spotlight, they like show unique people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll.
You're a unique.
As long as that
motherfucker.
license exists, that will never happen.
That's a shame.
Rip.
Indeed.
Let's start a
I think I got
petition to
some
get
time,
the
time to
license
rebrand
broken
to
somehow.
Block and
Yeah.
Nick.
Blocking Nick. Ugh. This low
All I'm
tier
saying
Mega
is
Bloks
Mega
nonsense.
Nick is a great ship name, and it works for it works for the branding now.
There
Okay.
you go. Start an alternate
Sadly, it
channel.
does. Sadly,
Fan
it does.
fiction, get on it.
There it is.
Writers in the chat. Do
I would
it.
not be opposed to that. Get it going, folks.
Good stuff.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that'll do it for episode 152 of the Planet Destiny podcast. Once again, want to extend some special thanks to our guest, BrickNic, the one and only. Yo, is that a Risk Runner? You can't just show me that at the end of the show.
I can do whatever I want.
You can't just do that
You
and
let me be
expect
on
me not
camera,
to
that was
comment
your
on it.
mistake.
Oh, I like
Look
this
at that.
guy.
You let me
Follow
be on
him.
camera.
BrickNic,
Nick.
Twitch, Twitter, YouTube.
Nick, tell the
all these
people where they can
places.
find you.
On
do it.
every
Show us.
platform, Twitter, or yeah. So it's literally just BrickNic on pretty much every platform, as
yeah.
spelt right there.
Back it up. Back it up.
That's amazing.
There you go. Nice. Nice.
For
nice.
people
There we go.
listening, that's
Beautiful.
Twitch,
B-R-I-C-K-I-N.
Twitter, Facebook,
N-I-C.
Instagram, YouTube. I think those are all the
MySpace.
important
Foursquare.
His
LinkedIn.
GeoCities website.
Grinder.
ones. Definitely the last one.
Lego.
Everywhere. Everywhere. He's a fantastic guy. He's super unique. He deserves more love.
Ah.
He gets good love, but we want to give him more. He's a cool guy. And we really want to thank him
Definitely.
for being here on the show with us.
I really want to thank you guys
Absolutely.
for having me on here. What a fun time it was to get to hang out
Dude,
with
you're
you guys.
awesome. You're
Absolutely.
awesome, man.
It was just an excuse to look at your face for an hour, honestly. Yeah.
Um,
I mean, to have like the four of you to be able to look at on my screen is also
Oh.
pretty amazing.
He knows how to
Pretty
butter. He knows how to butter, boys.
But quick note, this is my last appearance on the Planet Destiny podcast. Yeah, sad times. It's been fun. It's been a good time. I love all of you super dear. I thought I would bring it up just because, well, like, the other changes, they just kind of disappeared off into the night and no one heard from them again. Yeah, I just, I'm going to be spending more time working on my own projects and spending time with my girlfriend and my family and stuff like that. So,
kick him from the call, TBL. Go.
No, don't.
Right now.
It's
hovering over
it's
it.
been super fun, and maybe time to time, if I'm not doing anything, I can swing back and say hello, depending on what's going on. Mega's like, no, fuck that.
But, you can just waltz back in here.
She's just somebody who's just dipping out of our competitive podcast match, just leaving the game. No consequences from Bungie, none whatsoever.
But yeah, thanks for having me here. It's been fun talking about the game. I look forward to spending more time doing my own stuff, but obviously you should keep watching the show because it's freaking great. You can follow me. You can always find me, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at Fallout Plays. I will always be there. And yeah.
Don't stop there. Do everybody else's outro. You have to. It's your last show.
Mega, you can find him at youtube.com/huskyraid. Maybe.
Nah, not really.
Check him out at twitch.tv/megamagwitch pro. This kid's a pro, all right? Check him out every day. Daily streams, and he's having a kid soon. So check that out. God damn it. That's awesome. TBL, you can find him. youtube.com/theblacklink and on Twitter somewhere. The Black Link, right? Sure.
Somewhere.
And
it
Moon,
might be.
Look for Moon by searching Moonvault. I know we just call her Moon. You got to put the Vault at the end there, all right? It's fancy. She's a classy lady, okay?
Ooh, thank you.
Twitch, Twitter, Moonvault.
That's a bit of an
There you
overestimation.
go. Check her out. And Nem isn't here, but you can find Nem at Nem Plays. Twitch, Twitter. Just look for Nem Plays. How many Nem plays could there possibly be on the internet? So it doesn't matter.